All right, let's talk some Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson fully in the MVP race, maybe the MVP frontrunner through 3 weeks, which is, a little bit surprising, but I guess not that surprising. It wouldn't be the first time the guy wins MVP. He's been electric. Still just, again, we're through 3 weeks. It's always a silly conversation to have, but a fun one. But let's just talk about what he's doing so well and how he was able to really tear apart this Patriots offense. And we're going to start off with a play that's actually given Lamar trouble, or I really should say the Ravens trouble these past, really since Lamar has gotten there years. It's going to be a cover one man play, and typically you would think that this would be a situation where Lamar can thrive, because when you have five guys playing in man coverage, well, then no one's looking at Lamar Jackson. The reason why teams have still been able to have success doing this is because, typically these Ravens teams have struggled to have guys who can win on one-on-one matchups consistently on the outside. They've struggled to have receivers who can just consistently win. And so because of that, the fact that they have struggled at that, this is why teams have done this. This is why the Patriots upset the Ravens a couple years ago by doing a lot of this coverage. And this play is going to get even worse given a specific player on New England. Right there, you're going to see that edge rusher, Matthew Judon, just get pressure immediately. I mean, watch, he's just going to dominate this matchup, and he's right towards Lamar Jackson. And this is a scenario where I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say I don't think a single other player gets the first down on this play other than Lamar. I think out of the 32 starting quarterbacks, I think probably 31 of them do not get the first down. Maybe like Kyler Murray finds a way. I don't know. Maybe some other guys, but this is just Lamar Jackson magic. Watch him get around the pressure, and he's going to be able to use his legs to pick up the first down, because that is always something that happens against man coverage with Lamar Jackson. And that's kind of really, I think the main thing is basically teams say, yeah, this is going to happen. If you play this coverage against Lamar, he is going to do this to you, but you just accept those incredible Lamar Jackson plays because it can still hurt the offense as a whole. But it's not been the case so much this season. Something like this is cover zero. We remember the Dolphins game where they played cover zero a bunch and the Ravens had no answers. Now the Ravens have an answer. Look at how when Lamar Jackson takes the snap, he's just going to fire one back towards Mark Andrews. Yes, Mark Andrews is open and this throw is a bit underthrown, but it's also worth mentioning Lamar Jackson, it was against cover zero. There was an unblocked guy. He had to throw off his back foot. So at the end of the day, what you really want to do here is find the preferred matchup. And as you see, it was, a good enough throw, a great play by Mark Andrews, though. And that's just kind of what Baltimore has been doing, is they've been really Andrews and Bateman. They now have two guys who can sort of win their one-on-one matchups. Andrews has always been it, but, at the same time, it's like he's a tight end. There still is only so much a tight end can do in the receiving game. But now having Andrews and Bateman, it just makes things so much better. And honestly, we have to talk about the emergence of Duvernay, who I remember liking him out of college, but it seemed like he really got off to a slow start. He was a third-round pick in 2020, and he's sort of living up to the potential finally here, where he's been playing well so far. And this might be who he is, I don't know. But the way this play concept works, it's a concept that can beat man coverage. It's, again, a 3rd down and 5, so we're talking very important plays here, where it was a 2nd down and 7 was the last one, but 2 key third downs with the Ravens trailing by 6. And what you're going to do is you have 2 receivers run over the middle, but then you have Duvernay he will eventually run that same route, but he's going to do it a little bit later. And this way, if there's anyone covering the middle of the field, like a linebacker dropping back into coverage, they're going to follow the first 2 guys and not Duvernay. So Duvernay is going to get a true one-on-one matchup, and Lamar knows that. And now you're going to see Devin Duvernay just win this one-on-one matchup. He is able to, just get a win, and that's kind of what the Ravens have been lacking these past few years, that they're not lacking right now. And a large part of it hasn't necessarily been through getting a new piece to the offense. And in fact, they've even lost the piece in Hollywood Brown, but it just seems like their guys that they have been playing better, because this Patriots secondary has been good so far, at least through the first couple weeks. So I don't think that it's because they're bad. I think it's because the Ravens are just winning. And this way, Lamar is able to make an accurate throw, and they're able to pick up a big gain. And these easy completions, and I don't want to say totally easy, but relatively easy completions, are just something that Lamar has never had in his game before. Even in his MVP season, he never had these types of plays, and it feels like it's the easiest offense he's ever played in. So something like this is another fascinating example where it's going to be another Devin Duvernay play. It's going to be another single safety man coverage play, but this time it's a 3rd down and goal. So again, huge plays here. Lamar takes the snap. Lamar looks in that direction. Lamar fires in that direction. And this is just going to be a great throw. I mean, okay, again, Duvernay getting very open. This is a good job by Devin Duvernay. So, I'm not taking credit away from Lamar by bringing all this stuff up. I'm just saying this is what typically teams get, is they get guys who can get relatively open occasionally. This is the first time Lamar has had that. But then watch him, make a perfectly accurate throw. I mean, if he doesn't put that one there, I don't think that it's a touchdown. I think he had to put it right there, and Duvernay makes a great catch on top of it. That was not bad coverage. I mean, it looked like it was a bit open at a certain point when I paused it, but it was a great closeout there to, try to knock the ball away, but it was still just a good enough catch and a good enough throw that it did not matter. And finally, one last play, this one. I'm going to go back to Mark Andrews, and again, it's kind of a similar thing to what we've been talking about. It's how they've been beating man coverage, but it's the main takeaway that I've had with these first few weeks, which makes me really wonder, okay, do you just play zone? But Greg Roman, for all his faults, is amazing at picking apart zone. So Lamar Jackson is definitely great at, throwing against zone. So you don't want to do that either, but maybe you should, because again, you're going to see one-on-one matchup in man coverage with no one covering the middle of the field. You're even going to see a blitz here. There's 5-man rush, so Lamar can't run. He has to throw, but the issue is he now has guys to throw to. If you're a Patriots fan, you're saying, this is why we can't do this anymore against Lamar. It worked a couple years ago. It's not working right now, because typically forcing Lamar to throw, people have always said, oh, it's because Lamar is not a good passer. No, false. That's never been the case. The reason why the offense has sputtered sometimes in those situations is because he's had nobody to throw to, which I think makes him look like a worse passer. And as you see, Lamar hits Mark Andrews, and they're able to pick up a big gain. So it's good stuff. Again, I've always maintained that if Lamar Jackson had the athleticism of Kirk Cousins, he would still be in the NFL. He would still be an NFL caliber quarterback. He has that good of an arm. And I think that a lot of times the issues of his game have been more issues with the Ravens offense in past years. And it looks like they fixed those issues, meaning that the reason why I would, if I gun to my head, who do I have winning MVP? I'm probably picking Lamar right now. It would be because I think that this is going to continue. I don't see this slowing down anytime soon. I could be wrong. Again, it is still week 3. We don't know exactly, how much there is still to go here, but as of right now, I mean, he's playing like the best quarterback in football, and, it wouldn't be the first time he plays like the best quarterback in football. At least that's what I think. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Lamar Jackson and his performance, how well he played against the Patriots with a 5-touchdown game so far? Just incredible stuff by him. Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.